Hello viewers, and thanks for choosing Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction and real estate. Happiness is a small house with a big kitchen. In today's show, we look at how to refresh your cooking space. Believe it or not, achieving a whole new look doesn't mean knocking down all walls. If you find and settle for the right mix of accessories, lighting, even cabinet hardware, you can pull off a noticeable transformation, and we're going to see how. But right before that, how do you style your kitchen? We're going to browse through a couple of designs with our experts on how to bring style to your kitchen. But first off, let's see a project review fitted here in Nairobi to see how 5 million bob has boosted the visual appeal of a kitchen space. Now, it's almost impossible to resist a welcoming show such as this, so welcome, I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Now, decades ago, the kitchen was hidden somewhere at the back of the house, and as you are aware, it is a place where meals are prepared, piles of dishes are placed and washed. Now, fast forward to 2020 and about to be 2021, the kitchen has a much more different role. Today, the kitchen is the focal point of the home where everybody gets together to start the day or even after a long day. It's taken its pride of space, radiating beauty and warmth at the very center of the house. Let's have a look at some of the trendy kitchen spaces in Nairobi today with Fred. And welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Tell us about the design process of this particular kitchen from inception to completion.
Design process particularly is just a simple process, getting the client's requirement and factoring in all the things the client wants. Not taking note of the coming up with a functional kitchen. Yeah.
What materials did you use for this particular kitchen?
For this particular kitchen, the client was very particular on the finishes. It was properly seasoned mahogany finish. Yeah, because that was the theme of the house. Yeah, sure.
What about for the backsplash?
Yeah, for the countertop, we had an existing kitchen and we are given a swatch because it was granite. We just sourced it locally, so it wasn't a big problem. Okay. Yeah, but it was leaning towards a brighter color so that we have the reflection because the cabinetry was dark. Yeah, and for the backsplash.
How about for the faucets?
Faucets were the chrome finish.
Yes.
And then the basin was chrome.
Okay.
And then most of the appliances also, like you can see on the Lazy Susan,
yes,
it's made of chrome.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the internals for this particular kitchen.
So I've got to ask, how much then did this kitchen cost?
To come up with this particular setup costed 4 million.
Wow. That's expensive. That's almost a home in some certain areas, right? So what makes it so expensive?
It's about the intricacy of the finishes of these particular, like you can see on the wall units, the patterns are very intricate. The handles in particular, it's a beauty. Okay. The wall units, the glass wall units, yes, you can have a look at them. Yeah.
Tell us, Fred, why is it so important to engage a kitchen designer when designing your kitchen spaces?
I think right now, currently in the building industry, yes, we need professionals. Okay. Number one, there's the triangle setup in a kitchen.
What is that?
We have the sink, the hob, and then the fridge. Only a designer can achieve this if, for example, in a big kitchen where you have an island, mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm, and then these things mostly go to the wall, mm-hmm, on the wall sides of the kitchen. So a designer will figure out that very easily. Yeah.
What is your parting shot?
I don't think there's something which is not achievable, because what most people were avoiding is like getting a sink next to the hob, but that is working out. Yeah. So in design is very open. You can do anything which is comfortable to you with the space you have, but it should work professionally. Yeah.
And that was Fred. Now, we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we're back, more with Steve on kitchen designs and materials when designing your kitchen space. Stay tuned. And welcome back from the break, and thanks for keeping it property focused. Now, kitchens have changed a lot over the decades, and planning for your kitchen model is very, very important. Clean and simple styles have become a favorite for homeowners, with natural light becoming an essential aspect of the overall look and function of the kitchen space. Don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the design expert and some of the trends in kitchen design today. And welcome to Property Focus, Ace.
It is my pleasure to be back on your show.
Glad to have you. First of all, tell our viewers who you are and what it is that you do.
Yes, I am Ace. I am the creative director of Lehem Interiors. Lehem Interiors is a design firm. We specialize in residential, commercial, retail, and hospitality. And we have also projects abroad, but right now we're concentrating on local projects here in Kenya.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now we're talking about how to design your kitchen spaces in this episode. But first, what are the considerations to have when designing your kitchen?
Yes, we have 5 considerations in designing your kitchen. First is your layout. Second is your kitchen cabinetries. Third is your countertops and backsplash. Fourth is your appliances. And fifth is your budget. So when you say layout, first you have to consider the space available for you. And also you have to design your kitchen according to the activities you're gonna be doing there. Then second, you have like 5 typical outlines of kitchens. You have U-shape, L-shape, G-shape, gallery kitchen, and kitchen with islands. Second is your cabinetries. So on your cabinetries, you have to make a balance. It should not be too open or too close. For your kitchen cabinetries, you have your solid wood for traditional kitchens. For contemporary kitchens, we're using glass or back-painted glasses. And you have your MDF painted with lacquer. It is your choice to have it like in gloss or matte finish. And you have also a MDF finish in wood veneers. And you have your laminates. So price-wise, this is the cheapest one. Then also for your carcass, to balance your budget, you always use the compact or nice or high-quality laminates or particle boards. So for your third consideration is your countertops. So first material is your marble. It is a natural stone and it has pores. The pros of this one is like it gives you the unique feel of your house. It gives you elegant vibe. But the cons is this is not the most practical materials to use because it is a very porous materials. It is non-stain and scratch material. And it's very expensive. So next is your quartz or your silestone. This is the most advisable or practical countertop to be used because it's very hard, it's very compact, and it is stain and scratch material, but it is non or heat material resistant. Then next is your granite. Your granite is a natural stone, but it needs sealing so that it will seal your pores. It will not stain or scratch at the long run. It requires minimal maintenance. Next is your concrete. Concrete is always we are using concrete in farmhouses and industrial theme houses. The cons of this one is it requires time in installation. It requires 28 days curing. The cons of this one is it's very non-scratch and stain resistant. And next is your laminate. It is affordable, but it's not really durable. Okay, and some other kitchens, they use as well a stainless steel countertop. It is very, what do you call this? Is it practical to use on your commercial kitchen because the maintenance is really less on that one, but it's not child friendly. So next consideration is your appliances. For your appliances, I advise you to buy smart. So you have to consider the functionality versus aesthetic. Then the fifth consideration is your budget. So with all these pros and cons of your materials, you have to balance your budget. So for example, on your countertop, you have to use your quartz because it's like more cheap. And for your cabinetry, you can use laminates. So it's a balance. So I think that's the most important lesson in designing your kitchen. You have to balance according, or you have to design according to your budget.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ace. Give us your parting shots or any advice you'd like to give any of our viewers right now watching on designing kitchen spaces.
Okay, my parting shots for this one is kitchen is the most expensive, stressful, and complicated area to design in the whole house. So you have a lot of stress, decision making, and doing this one. So I think what you can do is you have to involve professionals.
And you had it from the professional himself. Make sure you always involve a professional whenever you're doing your kitchen spaces, as it's the most expensive, and know your budget. That was Ace. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Up next, we've got the billboards and the materials profile thereafter. Stay tuned.
Have you ever thought of owning a home at the Kenyan coast? What if we told you you could? Pazuri at Vipingo is a master-planned holiday and residential estate strategically located in Vipingo off the Mombasa-Malindi Highway. The estate consists of 372 affordable and luxurious units with a choice of 2, 3, and 4-bedroom villas, and residents enjoy easy access to the amenities of the adjacent world-class Vipingo Ridge. Pazuri at Vipingo is ideal for holiday makers, investors, diplomats, and homeowners.
Own a prime plot in Greenstead, Nakuru, an exclusive urban estate along Nairobi-Nakuru Highway, where nature meets tranquility. Text Nakuru to 21404. Hyssop Properties, a culture of trust.
Now, one trend that is coming out strong is the Euro-style kitchens, offering style and boosting your space's visual appeal to more polished and refined looks. We're looking at designing kitchens. The kitchen materials, from pairing wood tones to metal and even leather, is a great way to create a luxe feeling in your home. We have a chat with Italian Kitchen CEO Steve Muga on what to do when designing your kitchen and interior spaces. Let's have a chat with him. And welcome to Property Focus, Steve.
Thank you, Peter.
What is the first thing somebody should know before fitting or remodeling their kitchen?
It would be important to note at this point is that the kitchen has now become the soul of the home.
Why is that?
Yeah, because that's where you nourish your family. That's where you nurture your children from. You cook from there, and the spaces are growing larger and larger. The kitchen spaces in homes that are being built now. The other thing is that because of the bigger size of the spaces for the kitchen, what you find now is that they have things like islands, which a lot of people now come to us, and more often than not, the architectural designs will have a provision for a breakfast table in the kitchen, right? So it's not just somewhere where someone will go and cook, the house manager will go and cook dinner anymore and then serve the family in the living room. No. Now it's been incorporated with the living room. It's part of the living room.
Yes.
So they're using it not just for that, but even also to accessorize the rest of the house, right? So because the spaces are now seamlessly joined, the living room and the kitchen, you'll find that a lot of people want to have a nice kitchen because it's part and parcel of the bigger living space of the house. And so, so that's become sort of important.
So you've mentioned budget and design. Now with this episode, we're talking about how to design a kitchen. What are some of the things you should infuse into your kitchen spaces, or what are the trends?
Well, there are many. We can move from one space to the next. So let's start with the kitchen. What you see happening a lot, or what you find a lot in the concepts that are brought to us from the architects by the clients. So in the kitchen, they'll want several provisions. One of them would be an island, yeah, which should double up as a breakfast table. So they want to be able to spend family time in the morning, have breakfast in the breakfast table. They will still have a dining area, but they want to be able to have some bonding in the morning before the mzee dashes out to work and the kids run off to school, right? So there'll usually be a provision for that. They'll want the kitchen to be as functional as it possibly can be, which is exactly what our kitchens are known for. Yeah, we optimize functionality and we optimize aesthetics, right? So things like magic corners, things like puller trucks. So the corners that you'd typically not be able to utilize because they're hidden somewhere behind the kitchen. If you have a magic corner, then you're able to use that as storage. You have puller trucks, which help you to be able to store away things that would ordinarily or traditionally be on the countertop. So you're able to take them and store them away in the, your dry goods, your condiments, all those, types of things. You're able to take them and put them away in the puller trucks. So you have things like, again, just in line and in the spirit of functionality. You have things like, the LED lighting in the kitchen. Increasingly, we're getting people requesting for that because if you have some, if the kitchen might not be very well lit, or that could just be an additional accessory they're looking for the space, so that could be another source of light for them. So we'll get those types of requests. There are things like, so a lot of houses now have, built-in appliances have become, a basic, so that's been sort of like a shift, a paradigm shift from what would happen, say, 10 years ago, where people would have their, moving with their freestanding appliances. Now it's almost always that you're doing built-in oven, built-in hood, and built-in microwave, and then also a few other things, right? In terms of appliances.
One thing that's on everybody's mind, budget. How much does a kitchen cost?
Well, so first, I think it's important to mention that the cost of a kitchen is a very relative concept. Why? Because if you walk in here and you tell me and you ask me, how much does this kitchen cost, for example, as it is, I might be able to tell you that. In fact, a lot of these kitchens are, the process of making them is similar to the process of making a car. We use robots. If you go to our factories in Italy, they use robots to make the kitchen. There's very little human intervention, just because of the level of detail they have to achieve. Yeah. And also, just for us to be able to offer the sort of quality guarantees that we offer. Each of our kitchens comes with a 5-year warranty. Yeah, whether it's a 300,000 kitchen, it's a 5 million shilling kitchen, right? So the sort of accessories that you get.
So warranty is good to get.
Warranty is good to get. Yeah. The sort of hinges that you get, the sort of pull-out trucks, runners that you get are all the same, all under warranty. The only difference would be that the styles will be different. One will be classical, modern type of kitchen where you have a lot of you have the moldings and you have all this detailing that you can see like in this kitchen. Another will be very modern, with a glossy, white finish, minimalist sort of feel and look. So the process of making them are all very different, and the inputs, even the inputs that go into making them, are all very different. Yeah, that then is what now determines how much each model will cost.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much for coming on to Property Focus.
Thank you so much for having us here. You're doing a fantastic job. Keep doing, what you do.
And there you have it. Budget, know your design, and always consult a practitioner who's a professional in the craft. We've heard it from Steve of Italian Kitchens. Stay tuned.